And Griffin Wright. We are going to talk to you about sports. So with that being said, we are in week 8 of the NFL season, and we have some surprises, but man, oh man, have we been seeing greatness from the QBs this year. Ain't that right, Jimmy?
Oh, Jordan. I mean, this has been the best quarterback season we've seen in the past decade. A whole bunch of younglings stepping up to the occasion. Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, a lot more stepping up when we haven't seen them really succeed. And this is the time now where you're going to start watching the National Football League grow even more than it already has. The Colts have been a team that nobody expected to succeed, and Daniel Jones has put them on their back and taken them to the next level.
Now, I want to know, Jimmy, who's your MVP?
So for me, it's two guys, right?
Okay.
You look at Matthew Stafford, 37 years old, played for 2 teams. This is a guy who has risen to the occasion on a multitude of times. He spent time with the Lions, and he failed tremendously with the Rams. Won a Super Bowl. This year has been incredible. He has 17 touchdown passes, leads the league. He's 3rd in passing yards. This is a guy who has been competitive with a good receiving core. Puka, obviously, in and out here and there.
Yeah.
He's a talented quarterback who is in running for MVP. And number 2, of course, Baker Mayfield. I mean, he is just a player to watch. The Bucs are a real team that has a shot at the Super Bowl, and it's going to be fun to see Baker Mayfield as the season comes to an end.
Griffin, I think you might have some opposing feelings, huh?
I got this. I got this. This is what happens with me and Jimmy. We always go back and forth. But listen, I agree. I think Matthew Stafford's one of the most consistent quarterbacks. So you talk about overall in his career, he's been so consistent. At the age of 37, he's still a dog. But listen, the best quarterback in the league is Dak Prescott. And I don't know why he's laughing. I don't know why he's laughing.
This is what we do.
Second in yards, second in touchdowns. Got 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. First in QBR, 81.4. And you know why he's so good? And he has to be so good.
Tell me. I want to know.
That defense is terrible. That defense is letting up 20, 25 plus points a game. And he's matching that. Imagine having a quarterback like that, right? We talk about the Lions. Their offense is so good. Dak Prescott, George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Javonte Williams, I'll throw him in. The Jake Ferguson. He has to play good. And he is, and he's playing at an all-time level. Now, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
What happens when
What happens in the
real-
playoffs?
Yeah, when it matters.
It's
when it
not-
matters, he's
It's not a
gone.
playoff.
Where'd that
It's
go?
not a playoff
I don't know.
award. It's not a playoff award. And you
I'm
should
not
know
saying-
that.
I don't
You should know
well,
that.
Yeah, I do know because Joe Burrow should have won it last year. But that's not
Oh
the
my
thing.
goodness.
That's not the key
Oh
right
my
now.
goodness.
You
Stay
should
on
see
topic.
him on
Oh my
guys.
goodness.
I know.
You should
Here
see
we
that
go.
on
Here we go.
podcast. You should see that on podcast. It was bad.
Speaking of Joe Burrow, Peyton, I think
Here we go.
European I'm gonna like a lot. Go
We're
ahead.
going
Go
down a
ahead,
bad
Peyton.
path for Jimmy.
Peyton, who is your MVP?
Yeah, my MVP so far is Patrick Mahomes. Look, the guy is 14-2 touchdown interception ratio. I know it's the boring pick, but when you see the injuries that he's had, Rashee Rice, obviously, Xavier Worthy, he's had these guys missing time, key receivers, but he's been able to elevate his game really with his legs. You know, he's right now approaching 300 yards rushing, and we just finished, that Week 7 slate. This is a guy who never really runs for more than 300 yards, but he's starting to elevate his game with his legs. He's really just showing why he is the greatest quarterback right now in the NFL.
Because everyone's scared to hit him. That's why he's getting rushing yards.
I
Touch
think
him, it's a flag.
the offensive line is not as good as it's been for Kansas City. So I think in the beginning, Patrick Mahomes started off slow, and obviously Travis Kelce's not the Travis Kelce ever since Taylor Swift came in the picture. He's not been
Yep.
that
You
tight
gotta
end.
find a way to mention it, don't you?
No,
Wow.
hey, NFL does it. They make money. We're trying to do it here, right? Come on now. Listen, but I can't do what
Yep.
we're gonna say.
Nobody has more pressure on them than Patrick Mahomes. He has
I
a
agree with
target
that.
on his back when he starts every single season. Everybody else they're able to go out and perform.
What about Lamar Jackson?
Oh, speaking
That-
of Lamar Jackson,
no.
Gabby, I'm sorry, Gabby,
This
the
is what
director,
happens.
Gabby, if you can hear me, can you put camera 3 on me real quick, Gabby? Do you mind just putting camera 3 on me real
dramatic.
quick? Okay, here we go.
No, are you
As you
kidding
can
me?
see,
Oh, yeah.
as you
Where
can
did
see,
you get that?
my NFL MVP right here is this man right here, Lamar Jackson.
I'm gonna throw up.
That's my point.
That's disgusting.
That's my point. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception when he has played. If we're going to do the math on it, he will have more touchdowns with less interceptions than Matthew Stafford right now. That is my MVP every single year. And when he comes back, he has been practicing. I don't know if you guys seen it yet or not, but he has been practicing. When he comes back, the Ravens have a very winnable schedule. They have do not sleep on Lamar Jackson. And do not sleep on what the Ravens can do when they work together as a team.
Hey Jim,
lost all
Jim.
credibility.
I'm sleeping.
No, I know.
You're 1-5. You got 5 losses. How can you put a 1-5?
Lamar's out. I got to defend him.
No,
Lamar's out. But here's the thing, right? Well, first off,
We're
let me just get
focusing
this
on
out.
the 1 and 5 stuff. Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead. I'm going to talk. Go
Everyone
ahead.
knows Stephen A. Smith at the Cowboys. This is me with Lamar Jackson. Okay, I can't stand this guy. The fact that
course.
he even had a shot. Of course.
Of course. You like in the pocket QBs.
I
You
do,
like Matthew
because that's the
Stafford. You
position.
like
This
Joe
is a
Burrow.
new game of
You're
football he's
not
trying to
used to
create.
seeing
I
a
don't want-
quarterback that's mobile. like Lamar Jackson.
I like
Nobody
that.
is.
I like that
What
take.
set me
You're
off-
not-
That's good.
You're
what
not used to
set
seeing
me
a
off
quarterback
last
like
year,
that.
Last year, what set me off was he was in the running for MVP, and he was yards behind Joe Burrow. Yards behind
It's
Joe
almost
Burrow.
like
We're talking
it's almost, hold on.
4,800 for Joe Burrow, 43 touchdown.
And Lamar
passes.
threw
And then you
41.
look over at
That's two
Lamar.
behind.
Lamar's at 41, but he's got 4,100 yards. It's not even close.
I have a
And that's
question. I have a
counting the
question. I have a
rushing,
question.
by the way.
I have a question. Who's Joe Burrow throwing to?
Oh my God, here we
I'm
go.
asking
Jamar
a question.
Chase,
Yes.
T. Higgins.
Best wide
He's
receiver
got
one.
Chase Brown back there too nowadays. I don't even want to hear it. You know what? You can't blame a good receiving core for making a
not
quarterback look great. He would be great if he. I was about to say he'd look great if he threw him on the Jets. Nobody. Nobody would. Trust me. Aaron Rodgers comes to the Jets, 2 plays in. Bye. See you later. Here comes the curse. No, Joe Burrow should have won MVP last year. And if he was healthy, what you saying, Lamar Jackson, if he was healthy, should win. I think Joe Burrow wins it. I'll be honest with you.
I think you're both wrong. That's fine.
Let's, Baker's really the kid.
Let's
just go back to that.
let's move on to something else. Now, what team do you think this year is going to the Super Bowl? What team do you think is going to win a Super Bowl? Peyton, I'm start with you.
Yeah, I don't like them, but I think the Chiefs right now. They're the only team that has a top. The only
This guy wants a
team.
contract.
The only team with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. They have Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice back healthy now. They have a proven head coach in Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes shows up in the playoffs. There's no reason to think that they won't repeat as champions. Or not repeat, but win for the 3rd time in 4 years.
It's a good take.
Listen, I can't. Yeah, he says it so confidently, so calmly. I can't go at you because listen. I think the Kansas City Chiefs. I have them in winning the AFC too as well. They are starting to find their rhythm. But listen, I'm gonna ask you guys this question. I want you to name another team that has a top 10 player in each position. The Detroit Lions have a top 10 player in each position. Jared Goff's playing like a top 10 player. Jamar Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penny Sewell is the best tackle in football, and then Sam Laporta as well. The Detroit Lions right now are playing the best football. They have the 2 best losses, Lambeau and Arrowhead. It's 2 toughest places to play. And what they did to the Buccaneers. I mean, the Buccaneers had no chance. So I'm going to have to go with the Detroit Lions as my Super Bowl champions right now.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. If you look at the standings right now in the NFL, right, every division kind of has that one team standing out amongst the rest. But the NFC South specifically is the team to look at. You see it on your screen right here. The Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams, Matthew Stafford, by the way. The Cardinals down there at the bottom. Of course, I'm not talking about the Cardinals here. They're gone. We're talking about those top 3 with the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Niners. Niners have Mac Jones as their quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Okay? And they are still succeeding. The Seahawks, Sam Darnold, mentioned him earlier. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about, Griff. Shouting you out over there. And then the Rams with Matthew Stafford, right again. This is what that division can do. I think that division is going to be real trouble in the playoffs.
I think it's just LA in that division. I genuinely think. 'Cause I think the Niners are flimsy. I think the Seahawks are flimsy. I don't trust Sam Darnold as a quarterback yet. I know what he did in Minnesota, but JSN's playing out of his mind right now. I have him in the MVP race. He's most yards as a wide receiver by 200. JSN's playing elite level, and that defense is good. But I think LA wipes. So I think I know what you're saying when you talk about a division that is close, besides the Cardinals, obviously. Sorry, Cardinal fan. But I think the Rams win that division. I don't know about
I
you.
agree. I completely agree with that. But I'm saying right now, that division looks the best out of anyone in the National Football League. And I think the Rams are going to be the team that goes really deep. I think it might be them and the Bucks, honestly.
The Rams are that team. They always show up in the postseason, right? Last year, we didn't really think that much of them. What did they do? They went and took down the 14-3 Minnesota Vikings. Then went and almost took down the Eagles, almost took down the Super Bowl champions. So they're a team that every single year they're a contender, and when they get into the postseason, they can make some noise.
I want to know you guys' rookie of the year this year so far. What have you seen? What have you seen as far as rookies?
Yeah, listen, it's hard to go. I mean, listen, you look at number 1 pick overall, Cam Ward, and what he's doing at Tennessee. I think he's doing fine, but it's not to the level of Amico Buga. That dude on the Bucs. He's becoming a wide receiver 1. I think he's got lucky because I think Chris Godwin's injured, Mike Evans is getting older, and he's getting a little more injured, so he's had to step up. But what that kid's doing, it's beyond me.
I'm so surprised that the name Jackson Dart did not come out his mouth.
I thought he was going to say, no, I'm not. I'm actually going to go Cam Scatterbo.
Oh my goodness.
I think
Wow.
he's
Okay.
the person putting the team out. Now, listen, you can
Do you have
mention.
CTE like him? What's going on here?
Guys, let's just watch a Giants game. I've watched enough New York Jets games to say, you know what, let's turn that off and turn on the blue and red. Because, honestly, they have a better shot than any New York team right now with the Bills kind of underperforming. They should light it up as the season continues, obviously, with Allen. But I'm liking Scatterbo. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, you could say Jackson Dart because of how he's changed his football team. They should be 4-0 with him. They really should be.
But
They
they're
should.
not.
Well, okay, the kicker threw the game for them. I
They
don't even know the
did. They
kicker's
did.
name. That's how you know.
And well, I mean that
I mean,
defense, they let up
yeah.
36 points, right? Or like how many points? 26 points in the fourth quarter.
That's
Something like
fair.
33.
That's fair.
33
This is New
points in
York
the fourth
football.
quarter,
Get
yeah.
used to it. I know you're a Richmond guy over here.
Yep.
I'm used to this. This is good football for me. I don't know if it's a stunner for you. But Scatterbo has impressed me. I like Jackson Dart a lot. I would say one of those two guys. I know I'm a little biased to New York Take there,
Yeah,
but
I'd have to
I
say,
really like it.
I'd have to say Igbokwe. When you look at how he came into the season, right? He had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan came in strong. End of 2024. He was the wide receiver 4 in that depth chart. He stepped in as the wide receiver 1. No expectations, and he's immediately jumped to Baker Mayfield's number 1 guy.
Well, that's because Baker has no one to throw to, which is a point I didn't get to make earlier. With Evans, Godwin, and Bucky Irving out, Baker's still putting up incredible stats with all these wild things going on within his depth chart.
Yeah, well, I want to also give a shout out to McMillan from the Panthers. He's underrated. I'm not gonna lie, very underrated from Arizona. So I just want to point that out for sure.
All right, well, we got to wrap this up, okay? All right, don't go anywhere because Point Blank will be right back. We'll see you. Hey. Hey, Jack. Something about...
The fresh hotness is back in Pizza Hut, baby. Detroit style pizza with the cheese all the way to the crispy edges. Pepperoni. Sauce. Detroit style. Thank you. The Detroit style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. Pizza Hut.
All right, the NBA season has finally kicked off, and we have seen an exciting opening day. Many stars had great days, and a few rookies had some historical debuts, but let's take it back to last year. Griffin, who do you think should have won MVP last year?
Yeah, listen, I understand the Giannis Jokic debate, but it had to be Shea. It had to be Shea. You look at what he did and who he did it with. You look at that team, all under 25 years of age. Chet, he wasn't all-pro. Jaden started becoming an all-pro, but he had no all-pros, no superstars, no future Hall of Famers. He did that on his own. Talk about his stats as well. He averaged 30 points, third most in the NBA. Steals, two a game, which is number 1 in the NBA. And Jordan, I know you will appreciate this. His field goal percentage as a guard, 53%.
That's right.
53% as a
That's right.
guard is
You can't argue
absolutely
that.
ridiculous. That means every time he shot, there was a 53% chance that ball was going in the bucket. How do you stop that? How do you stop that? I'm asking you guys, how do you stop that, and how can you argue?
I know Peyton has a little different
Yeah,
opinion, huh?
in my opinion, it's Jokic. I mean, he was the first player since Wilt Chamberlain to finish top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists. And when you look at his player efficiency rating, basically how efficient somebody is, I think it's the closest statistic that we can get to how valuable a player is. 32.4. Shai was next, but that was 30.6. So I think there is a real argument for why Jokic should have been the MVP.
Well, I'll have a counterpart. How important is Jamal Murray to Denver Nuggets, and Jokic's success?
I wouldn't say he's too important.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in a way, like when you look at, I mean, you could say J-Dub for Shea, Jamal.
I was
than
gonna say,
Jokic.
Griff, can you
But-
make
but
that same argument with
I
Chet
can't- I
and
can't.
J-Dub and
Because I think J-Dub and Chet, right? J-Dub and Chet here. I think you look at Jamal Murray, who's been there and won. It's completely different. I'm a big experience guy. I'm a big like if you win before, I don't know how you can argue with that. I think Jamal, Aaron Gordon as well, Jokic, they've won before. So I think I understand efficiency, and I mean you look at Jokic, you watch Jokic. He's obviously ridiculous. You'll never find another player like him. But I think if you look at the most valuable to the team and valuable to this league, I think it's got to be SGA.
what do you think?
I mean, Jalen Brunson's pretty good. I'm a big JB guy. I'll tell you what. But no, I'll go with SGA. He was good. He was good. He's not JB good, but he's good.
He's better than Jay.
Well, Jimmy, tell me about JB. What do you expect to see from him this season?
When he came from the Mavs,
Okay.
nobody's expected this guy to be the guy to carry the most iconic franchise in the National Basketball
Boston
Association.
Celtics?
He got you beat there.
The Lakers?
Lakers.
No,
I'm
no, no,
just
no,
saying-
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying, that's a
MSG.
pretty strong statement.
MSG.
It's got the
New
best
York-
arena. It's got the best
State.
arena. I'll give you
No,
that.
no, no, no. The New York Knicks. Let's just move on. Let's accept the correct take.
Okay.
JB came into New York when we were at a low, right? I mean, we had a little bit of a run to Trae Young.
We were running out Kemba Walker and Alfred Payton the previous season. And this is
It was an
Yeah.
upgrade, but we didn't expect it to be a franchise-changing trade. What JB did when he came in was put the team on his back. Now listen, in the playoffs, a little bit of a ball hog. I think he probably should have given it to OG a little bit more. I'm a big OG guy. I think he provides that spine to this team that they need. And Cat gets the rebounds and stuff. That's my queen right there, Cat. You got to get that, Jay.
That's
The way
crazy.
he
Yeah,
talks.
that's-
Of course,
He's
yeah.
hilarious.
I like
Cat's
that
the best. But JB did something that we haven't seen in New York since Jeremy Lin. And in my opinion, that means more than a lot of things in the Knicks history. Now, I'm not saying it means more than SGA. SGA should have won it. That was a joke about JB. But JB is game-changing for a franchise, and he's putting the Knicks on his back, a team who is notoriously bad.
I have a question for you two, because you guys are Knicks fans. Like, you can look at who is the most. Is JB the most valuable to that team? Because if you look, you got just
Yes.
fired your coach, right? And now you look at that lineup. That last year, I thought that was the best starting five in the league. Robinson, Cat,
Yep.
JB, OG, Josh Hart.
Bridges and
That-
Hart, the
and,
big kind of-
and Miles McBride has stepped up into that position too. Is
for sure.
JB like by far? Because in the playoffs it was Cat. In my opinion, I thought Cat was the MVP for the Knicks.
Oh,
in the
my.
playoffs. In the playoffs.
I completely
I can
disagree.
agree with that.
How?
I completely
It's a fair take. I can
Dude,
see it.
Bridges carried us on the defensive side.
I believe-
Cat
On the
could
defensive
knock him
side,
on a
yes.
rebound at
Defensive
the end of
side,
the
yes.
game. So I don't even want to say. I think JB was the MVP of that team.
I think
He
when
hit
you
the threes when we
yeah.
needed it. He made the buckets when we needed
He was
it.
the clutch player of the year. He did the most when it mattered the most.
And that's what a
why.
franchise player does.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned that.
I don't.
Why is
When
that funny?
that definition, Peyton, he did the most when it mattered the most. Would you not say the same thing for Halliburton? I'm just saying. I mean, we talk
In the
about.
in the
I understand he didn't have a good final series. I didn't say he had a good final series, but he did make the finals, and he did have a few moments against you guys' Knicks
Oh, well, yeah.
where he did the right thing at the right time.
He was the
I'm
clutch
just
player of
saying.
the year
Give
for
me
those
nightmares.
two series, so 14 games. JB just from game 1, game 82 to all the way to game 6 of the
That's fair.
against the Pacers. I mean, he was clutch consistently time and time again.
That's fair. All right, who do you guys see winning the NBA championship this year? Are you going to bet it back with OKC, Griffin?
I mean, if I had put all my money in the bank account, bet on a team, I have to go OKC. Listen, they're under 25, all of them. SGA is the running
Yeah.
MVP. But I'm gonna say this. There's chips on the team's shoulders. Boston has a chip. Cleveland's got a chip. Denver's got a chip. And New York Knicks has a big chip on their shoulders. And I really do like the chip on the shoulders, the extra motivation. But after last night, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
The Spurs.
Oh my
Wemby,
goodness. Oh my goodness.
I wasn't even going to put them in the
Oh my
conversation.
goodness.
But Victor Wembanyama
Oh
is
my
looking
goodness.
like one of the best players
Okay.
in the league.
40
And-
and 15.
They were versing the Mavs.
the Mavs are
The Mavs are a great team.
Anthony
Yeah.
Davis.
But
I
Cooper
understand
Flag
that.
came in, he didn't have a point till the third quarter.
I
He
get it.
started.
I get it. And there's no Kyrie. We have to remember that as well. There was no Kyrie last night.
Kyrie's not guarding Wemby.
40 and 15. 40 and 15 from a 7'3" center who said last night in a press conference he's not taking his basketball stuff for granted anymore.
Oh no.
That's scary.
Yeah, no, and you know what? You know what I'm also scared about? The Olympics. I mean, you saw what he did
Yeah.
at France and USA.
Yeah, absolutely.
We lose to France is looking really good, and
Yeah.
if Wemby becomes a player, I think I've heard a lot of people say that he will be the greatest player of all time. Now I can't put that
I don't
into
know about
argument
that.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's a whole
but if
nother
you,
might
talk
be the
about,
next
if you
Jokic.
talk about if you talk about skill wise, a 7
most special
you see
player.
That step back three
Yeah.
and one. He looked like a prime Steph Curry with the handles, where he did it like a between the legs, behind the back, step back, got an and one off three. He's 7'4" doing this against Derek Lively.
But then my question is, when you go against a team, when Spurs go against a team like OKC that has SGA, that has Shai, that has Chet, that has all those people, that has all of those players under 25 years old, will Wembanyama be able to actually dominate against that type of team? When you have Chet Holmgren, who is on kind of the same height scale with and skill set as Wembanyama, what do you think? What do you think, Paya?
Yeah, I mean, Holmgren looked amazing. Especially those first few quarters on was it Wednesday, Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, it's like I think Wembanyama has a very good supporting cast around him, but he's still going to have to be the guy. You got these young guards and Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. You have a bunch of the guys who can contribute, but this is still Wemby's team, and he's still going to have to do that. I think probably by himself.
We are completely overlooking the Celtics right now, and I have to say, Tatum looks really good.
He
And this
does.
hurts to come from me.
He does.
It really hurts. Well, I know you don't want to. Do you think I want to as a Knicks fan? But he looks good. If you see on social media, it's all over the place right now. A guy who tears his Achilles and is back in, 4 months now, and he's already almost 100% to come back. The guy is an incredible athlete. He was great at Duke, and now he's great with the Celtics. I don't know. I think they're a real running. They got a real running shot. Now, again, I'm always going to say my Knicks, just because I'm a delusional New York fan. I've been saying it my 20 years of life. But I think the Celtics are going to be real trouble. And Cleveland is also a sneaky team with Donovan Mitchell, and Mobley
They
played
are.
incredible against the Knicks. We
They
couldn't
are.
stop him. So Mobley's going to be a player to watch this year as well.
We're going to run out of time soon, but I do want to touch upon Cleveland, like you said. They have Lonzo Ball now, kind of their glue guy, right? They seem to kind of find their glue guy. Jimmy, what do you think about that?
I didn't like what he did last night.
Really?
He didn't have any threes, which is normally his best part of his game. First off, He might
Lonzo
have-
Ball?
I
He
think
didn't?
he's just passing.
Lonzo
I think he's
Ball,
faster too.
Lonzo Ball's three-point shot is his most sleeper attribute. He is very
I'll
good
say
from the perimeter,
sleeper. I
and
can
when
say
he
sleeper.
gets hot, he's trouble.
He had a chance
And I was
to-
talking
Yeah.
about this with a good friend of mine, a Knicks fan, about Ball when he came in, and I was telling him, I said, this guy can get hot, and he goes, I am scared of him when he gets
Okay.
hot, because if he gets going, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, all of a sudden, the game is completely new.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. The season just kicked off, like we said, so we'll see. But we are going to have to go to commercial, so stay in your seats because Point Blank will be right back. We'll see you guys. All right, welcome back. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners had a Game 7 classic, ultimately leading to the Blue Jays taking the series as they face the Dodgers in the World Series beginning tomorrow evening. Griffin, what a Game 7 that was.
It kind of reminded me of the 2015 Batista with the drive, right? It was almost the same thing. Springer with the drive, and I think momentum is a real thing. And I was looking on TikTok the other day. It was Barstool, and some guy was saying, "There's no hated teams in MLB." Well, I'm not a big Dodgers fan, so I'll be cheering for the Toronto Blue Jays. But I don't know how you can argue what the Dodgers are doing. That offense, Shohei Ohtani last game. 12 strikeouts, 3 home runs. I think he's the best player in baseball. Freddie Freeman's also insanely good at the offense. I think the defense is going to, whoever has the better pitching and fielding is going to win this series. Peyton, I know you're the expert here, right? I'm going to need, am I right? Am I right about this?
Well, I want to go back to your point about George Springer, because as a Yankees fan, you know, it kind of hurts, but he's quietly become one of the best postseason performers that we've seen in MLB history, right? Just moved into 3rd place all time on postseason home runs. Guy always shows up whenever it's October for some reason. It's just everything clicks for him, and I think that, you know, we really need to start giving him some respect, more respect than, you know, he's currently getting. I think that he's a guy who constantly shows up in October, no matter what team he's on, whether it's Houston, now Toronto. He's a guy who constantly shows up in October, and you know, I'm kind of excited to see what he's going to do. I'm not a big Dodgers guy, so I kind of want to see him take down the Dodgers.
So, I have to say this. It's been, everyone knows something wild's going to come out of it. But the entire season, if you've watched the MLB season, all the games, and followed this American League race and the NL race, George Springer has been the guy all year long. I mean, this is nothing new. If you've dug in to the MLB, George Springer has always been that guy. He was that guy for the Astros. He's that guy for the Jays. And we all knew it was coming. So when he steps up there in the bottom of the 7th, and you see the home run on your screen right now, pulls out that inner 2015 Jose Bautista bomb, this is nothing new. Look at the face right there. Look at that face.
Man, I hate to see
you know what that is? That's called, I just faced George Springer, and I'm going home. That's what that, they knew it was over before it was over. They knew it.
Is that the best environment?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now, this is what I'm going to bring up to you. It is LA, a city. Now, the Dodgers are incredible. The way they won, well, let me finish it, Griff. I'm just kidding. So the whole thing is, LA is a city, and they are one of the best teams, if not the best team. They've been the team to beat all year long. You know it. You spoke about Shohei earlier on. The most historic game we've ever seen with 3 home runs, 10 strikeouts. This guy is the best in the league right now. And the Dodgers back him incredibly well. The reaction when they won was like, we've been here before. The job is not finished. It was a Kobe Bryant mentality. And you saw with the Jays, first time in 32 years, I believe it is. They come in, they're ecstatic, but there's a difference here. It's a city versus a country. Canada is going to go nuts for the Toronto Blue Jays. And I think a lot of America is going to go nuts for him too, because we all dislike the Dodgers more than this guy. I'm a Mets fan, he's a Yankee fan. We hate him. We can't stand him. I don't want to see the Dodgers win. I don't want to see them do anything because they've been there so many times. They are not the underdog. They are the opposite of a Cinderella story. We knew this was going to happen. And with the Jays and the Mariners, whoever won, because the Mariners haven't been to the World Series, we wanted that team to win. And with the Jays and the Mariners having one of the most fun Game 7s to watch in a long time, I remember jumping out of my bed when George Springer hit that home run. Kind of felt it was coming. 1-0 count, and he hung that curveball. It was bad. But it's going to be an entertaining World Series, and if the Blue Jays come out on top, I'll tell you right now, I'll be a happy man.
All right, Jays versus Dodgers tomorrow evening. It starts. That's going to do it for us. Make sure to tune in next week. Same time, same place, all on HPU Vision's YouTube channel where you're watching right here. We'll see you guys. That was great, guys. Great job.
That was fun.
Great job. Great job. That was great.